I began in transplantation 1972. At that time, organ transplantation was in its infancy. One of the problems with kidney transplantation, though, was that if a center obtained organs from a donor and they didn't have recipients for that organ, then it was easier to actually ship that organ overseas than to share it with another center maybe 75 miles down the road. This is how I began my work with Al Gore. It involved approximately almost 2 years, multiple congressional testimonies. The legislation did several things. Number one, it set up a national system for organ transplantation, the system that we have today. It provides for equitable distribution of organs, and it provides for maximum utilization of organs. My experience in Vietnam had a great influence on me, and the way casualties came, they came in hordes, and then there'd be a pause, a break, and during those breaks, I would go and work on a volunteer basis at a Vietnamese community hospital. And as I went on in life with the rest of my career, I wanted to really have every patient with end-stage organ failure, I wanted them to be well. And that was my goal.
My dad just got a new job. He works for the San Diego Gas and Electric Company, and Riley's doing great. When Riley was born in San Diego, it was clear that he wasn't all right. His kidneys were so bad that he was put on dialysis as an infant. My mom told me that every night she worried that she would wake up and he'd be dead.
The physicians and surgeons in Southern California advised that therapy be discontinued and no one would accept him for transplantation. I thought I would be able to transplant Riley, and we proceeded with the transplant.
I'll always remember the Christmas after he got his transplant. He saw the Christmas tree and he was just a normal kid, and he just crawled towards the tree and started shaking presents, and it was clear at that point that he was fixed and he'd be fine. And today he still is. I saw that transformation, and I knew that I wanted to be a part of that work. So Dr. Salvatierra has mentored me through this process of getting into medical school.
1, you do your best. 2, you don't give up. 3, honesty and integrity, which I think is very important. And 4 is a concept that life is about people. Respect and sensitivity for your fellow man.
I definitely wouldn't be doing what I'm doing if I hadn't met Dr. Salvatierra. And I wouldn't be doing it if I hadn't seen what a change transplantation can make in young children's lives.
At this point in my career, and this point in my life, I've seen a lot of progress, but there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. What is left for me to do now is to pass the baton to some of these young medical students, young faculty, who are really our future.
He's careful and caring. He's informed. He's passionate. He really cares about his patients and improving their outcomes. He's everything that I want my doctor to be.